come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long.
If in life you find yourself in a circumstance that requires this kind of positioning with your body, but you can't quite get into the optimal position, then let me give you the stretches that make this possible. Now, firstly, one of the main reasons that you might find yourself stuck like this is because when I round my lower spine, I move my pelvis into a posterior pelvic tilt. This means that my femurs, my thigh bones, don't have to internally rotate as much. And internal rotation is a lot harder for most of us, so it often gets neglected. If I move my pelvis forward, not only is there much more internal rotation pressure, but I also need to have a lot of inner thigh flexibility. So these are the two things that we're going to work on. We're going to work on our internal rotation in this 90-90 stretch position. I'm going to really make sure that I get my pelvis to be as square as I possibly can. The next thing I'm going to make sure of is that I'm actually doing internal rotation here. By extending this leg or this shin, I then put pressure on my femur to internally rotate. Pelvis nice and square, sitting up nice and tall. Now we're going to stretch our adductors. For this, you're going to come into a squat position. I want you to do it up against a wall, so not rounding. What I want you to try to do is use your elbows to push your knees out. Use the pressure against the wall to get your hips to move forward. Now you can do this on the floor like this, but the problem is that most of us will round our spine to try and compensate for the lack, and then we end up, according to this young lady, doing the wrong thing. Send this to anyone you know who may also find themselves in this predicament.